Hello everyone, myself Arbi Narwade would like to welcome for today's lecture on hotspots of biodiversity. Biodiversity means a variety of life forms that exist on the earth. So biodiversity includes the variations that occur in a species, then different types of species in a particular region, then different types of ecosystems that are present on the earth. Then what are the hotspots of biodiversity? A biodiversity hotspot is a biogeographic region with a significant levels of biodiversity that is threatened with humans. So biodiversity hotspot is a biogeographic region which is having high levels of biodiversity, and that biodiversity is having a threat from the human being. Then large areas containing exceptional concentrations of plant and animal endemism and experiencing high rates of habitat loss. So these biodiversity hotspots are the large regions which contains endemic plant and animals which are having a threat of habitat loss. So endemic species is a species which is restricted to that area only. That species cannot be found elsewhere in the world. So this biodiversity hotspot contains different endemic plant and animal species. Biodiversity hotspots are a method to identify those regions of the world where attention is needed to address biodiversity loss and to guide investments in conservation. So biodiversity hotspots are method from which we can identify such regions where there is a high biodiversity level and attention is needed to prevent its loss, and we can invest for the conservation of biodiversity. So this biodiversity hotspot area first developed by Norman Mayers in 1988. A region is said to be hotspots of biodiversity when it qualifies the two criteria. First criteria is it must contain at least 1500 species of vascular plants as endemics. Means that particular region should contain at least 1500 species of vascular plants as endemic. Means those vascular plant species should not be found elsewhere in the world except that region. And second is it has to have lost at least 70% of its original native habitat. So 70% of its habitat has already lost. If these two criteria has been fulfilled by a region, then that area is considered as hotspots of biodiversity. Currently, 35 biodiversity hotspots have been identified. So most of these hotspots occur in tropical forests, and they represent just 2.4% of the Earth's land surface. But between them, they contain around 50% of the world's endemic plant species and 42% of all terrestrial vertebrates. So in this 2.4% of Earth's land surface, there are 50% world's endemic plant species and 42% of all terrestrial vertebrates. So overall, hotspots have lost around 86% of their original habitat and additionally are considered to be significantly threatened by extinctions induced by climate change. So that hotspot region have already lost more than 75% of its original habitat, and again they are under the threat of extinction due to the climate change. So this map shows the 35 hotspots of biodiversity around the world. India hosts 4 hotspots of biodiversity. First is Western Ghats. So Western Ghats, locally known as Sahyadri Hills, which run parallel to India's western coast, about 30 to 50 kilometer inland. So in local language, Western Ghats are also considered as Sahyadri Hills. So they cover an area about 1,40,000 kilometers square and a stretch of 1600 kilometer from Gujarat to the south tip. So these hills are represent along the western edge of peninsular India. So this peninsular region is surrounded from the three sides by water. So here in this map you can see the Western Ghat region that is shown by red color, and next is Sri Lanka. Since they are situated near the ocean, they are likely to receive a good amount of rainfall. As they are near to the ocean, so rainfall is good in this Western Ghat area. Then most of the deciduous and rainforest are present in this Western Ghat region. Then next are the around 77% of the amphibians and 62% of the reptiles found here cannot be spotted elsewhere in the world. That means 77% of the amphibians and 62% of the reptiles are endemic to this Western Ghat region only. So they cannot be spotted elsewhere in the world. Then Sri Lanka in the south of India is a country which is rich in species too. So Sri Lanka is a country which to the south of India. So this country is also rich in species. It is connected to India through a land bridge which has a width of nearly 140 kilometers. There are 5,916 vascular plants here which belong to more than 2,500 genus, and out of them 3,049 plants are endemic. So to qualify a region as a hotspot of biodiversity, there should be at least 1,500 species endemic. So here there are 3,049 plants are endemic. Most of the spices that are found in the world, such as black pepper, cardamom, all are believed to have originated in the Western Ghats. So the spices that are black pepper, then cardamom are originated in the Western Ghats. Most of the species are, however, present in the Agastyamalai hills situated in extreme south. So here you can see the photographs of some of the species which are found in Western Ghat region. So first photograph is of lammergeier, then second is of black eagle, then next is North Goshawk, and fourth is Tibetan partridge. So these are the species which are found in Western Ghats region. Then this table shows the species diversity and endemism in the Western Ghat region. So there are 5,916 plant species, and from them 3,049 plant species are endemic. That means the endemism of plants in Western Ghat region is 51.5%. Then there are 140 species of mammals, and out of them 18 species are endemic. There are 458 bird species, and out of them 35 species are endemic species. Then there are 267 reptile species, and out of them 174 species are endemic species. The endemism of amphibians in Western Ghat region is 73%. There are 191 freshwater fishes, and out of them 139 species are endemic species. Next biodiversity hotspot that is present in India is Himalayan. So Himalayan includes the entire Indian Himalayan region and that falling in Pakistan, Tibet, Nepal, Bhutan, China and Myanmar. So in this map you can see the part of India that comes under this Himalayan biodiversity hotspot. Then Himalaya hotspot is home to the world's largest mountain. So world's largest mountain can be found in Himalayan region. Then these mountains covers nearly 7,50,000 km square area. Then the hotspot is home to important populations of numerous large birds and mammals, including vultures, tigers, elephants, rhinos, and wild water buffalo. So in Himalayan region, we can see number of large birds and mammals. So mammals like vultures, then tigers, elephants, rhinos, and water buffalo are found in this Himalayan region. Then this Himalayan region holds a record of having 163 endangered species, which includes the wild Asian water buffalo, one-horned rhino, and as many as 10,000 plant species, out of which 3,160 are endemic. So in this Himalayan region, there are 163 endangered species are present. So again, this table shows the species diversity and endemism in the Himalayan region. So there are 10,000 plant species present in Himalayan region, and out of them 3,160 species are endemic species. Then there are 300 species of mammals, and from them 12 are endemic species. Then there are 15 species of birds are endemic. Then there are 176 species of reptiles, and from them 48% species are endemic species. Then the endemism percentage of amphibians in Himalayan region is 40%. There are 269 species of freshwater fishes, and out of them 33 species are endemic species. So again, here are some photographs of species that are found in Himalayan region. So first photograph is that of yak, then next is that of mithun, then third photograph is of gloss pheasant. So these species are found in Himalayan region. Next biodiversity hotspot that is found in India is Indo-Burma. So this Indo-Burma region consists of numerous countries, including northeastern India, to the south of the Brahmaputra river, then Myanmar, China's Yunnan provinces, southern part, then Lao People's Democratic Republic, Vietnam, Cambodia, and Thailand. So this Indo-Burma region is spread over a distance of 2 million kilometers square. So in this map, you can see the photograph of Indo-Burma hotspots of biodiversity, and in this hotspot there is some part of India you can see in the map. So Indo-Burma is still revealing its biological treasures. 6 large mammal species have been discovered in the last 12 years. Those are large antlered muntjac, the Annamite muntjac, then grey shank dove, and Annamite striped rabbit and leaf deer. So here you can see the photographs of those species, that is large antlered muntjac, then grey shank dove, and Annamite muntjac and leaf deer. So these are the species which are found in Indo-Burma region hotspot of biodiversity. Then this hotspot also holds remarkable endemism in freshwater turtle species, most of which are threatened with extinction due to overharvesting and extensive habitat loss. So in this biodiversity hotspot, there are freshwater turtles species found which are endemic to this Indo-Burma region. So from these species, these are the species which are having a threat of becoming extinction due to the overutilization or habitat loss. Then bird life in Indo-Burma is also incredibly diverse, holding almost 1300 different bird species, including the threatened white-eared night heron, then grey crowned crocuas and orange neck partridge. So these birds are found in Indo-Burma region. So in this you can see the photographs of this particular species. Next are the species diversity and endemism. So there are 13,500 plant species found in Indo-Burma region, and out of them 7,000 species are endemic species. Then there are 433 species of mammals, and out of them 73 species are endemic species. Then there are 64 bird species which are endemic to this region. Then there are 204 endemic species of reptiles. Then there are 154 species of amphibians which are endemic, and there are 1262 species of freshwater fishes, and out of them 553 species are endemic species. Next biodiversity hotspot in India is Sundarland. So this region lies in Southeast Asia and includes Thailand, Singapore, Indonesia, Brunei and Malaysia. The Nicobar Island represent the India. In this Sundarland, the Nicobar Island, they will represent the India. So these islands were declared as World Biosphere Reserve in 2013 by United Nations. So earlier there were only 25 hotspots were spotted, and in 2013 this Sundarland biodiversity hotspot is considered or declared as the World Biosphere Reserve. These islands have a rich terrestrial as well as marine ecosystem, including mangroves, seagrass beds, coral reefs, etc. So here we can see the different types of ecosystem like terrestrial ecosystem and marine ecosystems. So in these ecosystems there are species like mangroves, then seagrass beds and coral reefs can be found. Then species such as dolphins, whales, turtles, crocodiles, fishes, prawns, lobsters and seashells comprise the marine biodiversity. So these aquatic animals can be found in the marine ecosystem, that are dolphin, whales, turtles, crocodiles, fishes, then prawns, lobsters and seashells. In the case the marine resources are overused, it can pose a serious threat to the biodiversity. So the overutilization of these resources should be avoided so that we can help to conserve the biodiversity. So here this is the map of Sundarland hotspots of biodiversity. So here you can see the two main islands, that are Sumatra and Borneo, and at the top left side there are Nicobar Islands which will represent the India. The Sundarland hotspot covers the western half of the Indo-Malayan. So this hotspot is dominated by two of the world's largest islands, that are Borneo and Sumatra, as I have shown in the map. More than a million years ago, the islands of Sundarland were connected to mainland Asia. So these were this Sundarland was connected to the Asia. But as sea levels change, this connection periodically disappeared and eventually leads to the current isolation of the islands. So we can see the separated island, that is Sundarland. The notable plants in the hotspot include members of the genus, that is Rafflesia, in that Rafflesia arnoldii, which are having the largest flower in the world, having a diameter of 1 meter. Here you can see the Rafflesia arnoldii flower, which are having a diameter of 1 meter. So this flower is found in Sundarland hotspot of biodiversity. Then next is there is a Sunda clouded leopard species which is found in this Sundarland biodiversity hotspot. Then again, this table represents the species diversity and endemism in Sundarland. So there are 25,000 species of plants, and out of them 50,000 species are endemic species. Then there are 380 mammal species, and out of them 172 species are endemic. Then there are 142 endemic bird species. Then there are 452 species of the reptiles, and out of them 243 species are endemic species. So endemism of reptiles in Sundarland region is 53.8%. Then there is a 80.3% endemism in case of amphibians in Sundarland. Then there are 950 species of freshwater fishes, and out of them 350 species are endemic species. So it was about the hotspots of biodiversity in India.